Hey, all right, girls, all right, girls, we're on the air now. So, welcome to Behind Enemy Lines with Tara. So we're
OG Terry Newsom.
I'm an old geez, all right. So we got Danielle and Zoe on, and everybody's probably familiar with them in the Chicagoland area, and if not the nation, as well as you saw them on Congress, right? They spoke to Congress, which is pretty darn impressive. And these ladies been doing a great job going around creating awareness, confronting Mayor Brandon Johnson, being tough on the street, getting in front of the radical left as our Marxist enemies, calling out the scumbags, the leftists who say, oh, we don't want the ICE in Chicago. Oh, we're okay with the immigration. They don't get their due process. So these girls are doing an outstanding job creating awareness for the community, for the city, the state, and the country, and for us, right? Because this is not just a Chicago problem. Primarily, it is in some of the minority communities a big, big, big problem. But Mayor Brandon Johnson and Pritzker's cancer is slowly spreading throughout the whole state, right? And so we need to eradicate them from the main tumor, which is Chicago. I have two cancers, so I could joke about cancer. So we gotta radiate that cancer, and that's where these girls are coming in to play to really put a light on it. So why don't I have you get both ladies introduce yourselves and then talk about why did you get in the middle of this fight, right? Because I know, I'm Italian, ex-Democrat, union family and stuff, and I lost some family members. I'm sure you ladies had the same problems, right? And you lost, some family members from this quest that you're leading here. So go ahead. Why don't you each introduce yourselves and why did you get into this fight?
My name is Zoe Lee. I am the founder of Chicago Flips Red. I got into this fight because the city of Chicago unlawfully demolished my family's building, which is my generational wealth, was a violation of the Fifth Amendment and the 14th Amendment and some federal laws. I started going downtown to City Hall and expressing some type of, I wanted some type of solution, and could they please sit down and settle this case with my family? Once I realized that I was being ignored, and then I realized that not only am I being ignored, the whole Chicago was being ignored because we just had a whole bunch of newcomers come over here, and we're starting to get into our communities all over now. And when I realized that issue and that problem, I got on the mic and I told Brandon Johnson, I said, look, man, I said, y'all not settling my case. I was like, I was in Georgia when they blew for the first time. I said, I'll flip the city red because it's the worst customer service. Also, I'm looking at you guys not paying attention to anything. This is the most segregated city in the United States of America, and
Yeah.
everybody is coming to 121 North LaSalle Street and pissed off because you got these illegals everywhere.
Yeah.
with and you're displacing people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was my thing.
My thing was my husband. I'm sorry. I'm Danielle Carter, Danny C. My husband. I'm a trainer, a fitness trainer. I have my own business, You Against You Fitness, and my husband was a police officer. Now we bought a building, and thanks to President Trump, with the opportunity zones in our community, and the problem I had was, and the gripe I had was, we had great credit. We don't allow non-taxes, pay big taxes, things like that. But they gave me the runaround, me and my husband, the runaround to get a small business loan. And then all the grants. We didn't qualify for the grants. They denied us for the grants. I don't know why, but they denied us for the grants. But yet and still, I see illegal aliens, businesses popping up all around my community. You see in restaurants. I'm seeing restaurants on each corner able to operate. Not only that, brick and mortar businesses popping up. And so my thing was, and when we wanted to go to have when we wanted to go and have a fitness for the, let's just say, the citizens in the neighborhood, when we wanted to go to the park, then we had to go through all these hoops, whereas you had to go get permits, you had to go through insurance, getting insurance. But yet and still, I'm seeing illegal alien, full entire restaurants able to operate on our corners without any type of permits, without any food inspections. So when I started seeing that, that was my gripe. So the citizens, we can't get businesses, and then Terry, they want your life history, that you filed bankruptcy, how much money you got in the bank, what is your credit history looking like? All of these things that we had to show them, and we did because it was good. But you still giving us the runaround when it comes
Yep.
down to a small business loan or the neighborhood grant opportunities. We never qualified, but I'm wondering how these illegal alien businesses are. We got 144,000 illegal alien businesses operating in Illinois alone. 144,000. I'm
That's
sorry.
crazy.
And 144,000 illegal alien businesses operating in Illinois. Where were they credit here? Where's their 10-year credit history? Where are they? I'm going to look at how much money you have in the bank. Do you have this much money? Where's all of that for them? But I'm a citizen all my life, paid taxes, big taxes. My husband was a CPD officer, but yet and still, we can't get what we should be able to be an American citizen in a Chicago citizen.
Yeah, you know what upset me is, you guys know I got a bunch of FOIAs and stuff, right? And Catholic charities. I mean, I'm a Catholic, but like not a good one, but it's like disgusting.
I'm Catholic too, but them are scammers.
I Catholic charities on the email list with the city of Chicago and FEMA and everything. And you know what they're doing is, like, when we were getting these floods of illegal, they're getting them leases. They're signing for their ComEd and People's Gas. They're
Yeah.
signing. I mean, so would they do that for regular citizens? No, right?
No,
So I think the biggest problem too is not just the influx in the community; it's the educational system, which is really messed up. It cost a fortune. Then you're pumping kids, and they can't even speak English, and the children in the city can't get taught properly because the school system's so messed up. Then it becomes worse.
right,
Now Pritzker just signed. I got twins that just started college this year. Two different kinds of fortune, right? I mean, for every year, oh my God, it's like over 100 grand a year. And so
right,
my kids going to college, I'm not getting a penny. But now
right.
Pritzker just signed a few weeks ago. He's going to give illegals, they could have access to our tax dollars to put them in college.
That's right. He sure did. He sure did just sign that.
Yep.
I had an argument last Saturday in Orland with the Marxist leftists when I'm trying to have a peaceful conversation. You ladies see how I mean, you guys are ladies, but I don't know if they they get physical with us and push us. I don't know if they've done that with you. And they've done that at almost every location, trying to have a civil conversation. And then I brought this comment up, and they're all saying I'm a liar. I'm like, I'm not lying. Go do your homework. You're out here protesting. Pritzker just signed that into law.
Right. He just signed.
Yeah. They don't. I think that's the most scariest thing, I guess, when it comes to this movement. And when I call it a movement, right now, this is a movement, all hands on deck movement. Anybody with common sense and anybody that's American first and understand what we're going up against. This is our movement. This is your movement, Terry's my movement, it's Danielle movement. This is the movement for the people who cannot speak when they want to speak because we're prisoners in our own city because of this, because of what we're dealing with. But they don't do their homework. You know what I'm saying? I'm arguing with people who do not do their homework. I've lost friends for not doing their homework. I've lost friends for people saying that I'm kissing Donald Trump's ass. Man, I ain't never kissed nobody's ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I know common sense. I know law. I know policy. I know. I respect the U.S. Constitution. I'm an American citizen, born and raised in this city. In this country. And none of this is making any American sense.
So, of all
No.
the things that you just said there, of your experience, the first thing is the most important that anyone have is common sense. It's just, you know what I mean? You don't have to know. You have to have common sense and say this is not right. This isn't right for our country, for our children, grandchildren, for the people that fought and died for our country. This is not right.
Right.
And then think
Well,
about, I was at January 6th, labeled a domestic terrorist. I left before people went in. I didn't fight. I didn't yell. I didn't even yell. I didn't touch anyone. I've got these leftists complaining about these illegal criminals, including Trendle Argua. Well, they didn't get their due process. Well, you know what? I didn't get due process.
Right.
I was labeled a domestic terrorist. I had the FBI. And think about the people that went to prison, for like all the people that walked in, right, that didn't do anything when they're saying come on in, and people went to prison for what?
That's right.
Trespassing. But we got these criminal, illegal Venezuelans trespassing into the United States of America, and we're supposed to shut our mouths and let that shit happen while people were sitting in jail for just trespassing that are American citizens.
That's right.
Standard.
But even
That's
worse in Chicago, you guys are dealing with an invader first policy. It's destroying your schools on the South Side, like Terry said, because it isn't just when you have this huge influx of people that can't speak English. Now the teachers can't spend any time with all the students that are American, that grew up here, that have a right to be there in the school, that have paid tax dollars into the system for decades. All your community centers are being overrun, taken over, crime in the streets, illegal businesses. And then when you have this mass influx of hundreds of thousands of people that are not part of our culture, did not grow up here, and are their own little enclave to themselves, it sows even more division through the South Side of Chicago and everywhere else where they've dumped these people off and left your community there to deal with it. Not to mention the budget crisis, everything else. I don't know how much money Chicago spent on it, but I know it's been so much in California, they've had to take out $44.5 billion worth of additional loans just to cover the cost of all the illegal aliens that have moved in there. And it's just destroying our country and ripping these cities apart, and we can't stand for it any longer, or there's not going to be anything left.
Hey,
No,
ladies,
we
why
had-
don't
no,
you,
we-
why don't you shift to your left so we got half your face in there, Zoe. If you shift,
Oh, good.
there you go. There you go.
Okay, can y'all, is this
Yeah,
good?
we got you both now. There you go.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dan. Daniel.
Yeah, I was you saying.
Yeah, so, yeah, we was.
Well, my thing is, we have a broken immigration system.
Yeah.
And I think, President Trump is not going to be able to fix it in these years. And I know that and it's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us to fix this system.
Yeah,
and it's going to have to start with the states and the cities by ending the sanctuary city status.
Yes.
That has to end because a lot of people came here on their visas and they have overextended. They're expired.
Yes.
I can never go live in another country and extend my visa. And I know this because when I went to Bahamas during actually this was COVID before, COVID got COVID. I got arrested for having a joint and I had to stay there and I had to deal with, I stayed there for a day and then I missed the flight. So they had to put me in there and where the rest of the people were. And everybody that was there from Haiti, there was one Asian there, a couple of people from Africa. And when you ask, I was the only American, and when you ask them, they gave me all these letters and notes and things that go to WhatsApp to tell them people what's going on. But when I'm talking to them, they all are there because their visas expired. You see what I'm saying? And they're waiting for their countries to come back and get them.
Yeah.
So we have all these people over in America who are on expired visas.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of them not coming back, you let the previous administration, Jim Crow, Joe Biden and them, bring all the rest. We got an extra 22 million. On top of that, we've got gangs, we got cartel, we've got everybody here, and because we're a welcoming city, but no sanctuary for the American citizens.
No sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. That's what I was, we're getting ready to say. That's the main thing that we must do is in these sanctuary cities because it's killing all the sanctuary cities around America. It's killing us. And I just saw that video that Ben put up. I was furious because see the nerve. I'm sorry, the nerve of these people. They
Yeah.
come over here. You break the law to get here, right? The entitlement that they have. Once you break the law, and then you have the nerve to be in our communities and then telling us what you not gonna do and getting in people's face, law enforcement face, because you know they can't work with ICE and things. And it's just the audacity of these people to come over here like they're running something in our community while we're spending our tax dollars on them. And then for these politicians to embolden these people, like Brandon Johnson, they're inciting a insurrection because I saw them all in being faced. One guy, I like if the police wasn't there, he was gonna try to fight him or hit him. So these people feel emboldened and they can threaten, they feel like they can threaten President Trump and things like that. It's because these politicians, the Democratic politicians, made them feel like it's okay to threaten and to do these things. I think we got to start making examples out of these people.
Yeah.
And when your butt get locked up, and we are not just, I'm for, we cannot just deport the criminals because those people getting in being faced and those people that was interfering with ICE, those, they might have not had a criminal record, but I don't care. If you came over here illegally, go back. That's a criminal record. You got to go back and come back the right way.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, can you show the one I had confrontation? So I had one Sunday, and I went to the Hampton Inn where the ICE agents are staying in Downers Grove, and here's a little confrontation. My camera. It says.
Do you know which number that? Okay,
says,
1 second.
Confrontation in Slack. So I went to so somebody said that the ICE guys were staying in Downers Grove at the Hampton Inn, right? So I went there by myself. As I walked up, and this guy's video was out there now, came on right before the show. I saw a guy with his shirt off. He was like bleeding a little bit. And there's 4 squads there down his grove. I said, listen, I was the only person there. And I said, I'm going to go, talk to these people. And the cops are like, no violence, no violence. I said, listen, I ain't starting any violence, but I'll tell you right now, they always start violence. And if someone touches me, there's going to be a fight.
Right.
I go over there and I'm filming over the guy's head. He looks like Che Guevara from the Cuban Revolution from 1960. and as soon as he's done on his megaphone and then I go, does that mean you guys support Trendelargue too? And they all turn and look at me, and they all come around me. And then he's my camera. He's trying to find it. I'm going like this, I'm me to leave. And so I duck under because they're encircling me. So I duck under and went under the signs. And unfortunately, I shut my camera off with my thumb, and I went up to the Cuban revolutionary guy and got in his face. We almost got in a fist fight.
Right.
He poked me. He just about hit me in my face. I went like that. And did you find it, Mike?
Yeah.
Well, I got the hands off one. I've got he can't explain why Elon Musk is a wanker. Crazy Marxist, no kings, indivisible Democrats. And then the last one you sent over was another inclusive and caring, loving Democrat starting as.
That No Kings was crazy too.
Yeah.
That No Kings was insane.
But
Terry, I want to let you know, Terry, I need the Italians.
Yeah.
To understand, y'all gotta bring back the Al Capone energy right now. Okay, I need y'all to get in the Al Capone right now is going crazy in his grave because y'all can't let Chicago be lost to a bunch of fucking Marxists.
I can't. So listen, the Italians got soft as well. We lost our
statue.
We
you let them take that statue. I wish they would. For what?
Yeah, you know what they just did. I'm part of the organization that's fighting for it, and I'm old and I'm like a spring chicken. The young people aren't getting involved. They don't do anything.
Yeah, you're right though. Because on our side too.
Yeah, and
that's why let me tell you something.
Yeah.
When we get in office, we're gonna get Christopher Columbus back.
Okay,
I'm gonna make sure the statue is back, and I wish they would because my thing is, and that's why I said I was like they say that they teach us in history that Christopher Columbus came and on the Mayflower and took over from the Native Americans.
And
And
it's not true, but yeah.
now you're looking at the history of the Mexicans and the Israel. I say it's Israel, Mexico, Haiti, Venezuela, Palestine, trying to take Chicago. So we need this energy. I said, well, where are the Italians to fight with us to kill our fucking country? Because it's our shit.
Oh my God. So I mean, I totally agree with you, and it's very frustrating. So Arrigo Park, Little Italy, that Columbus statue was paid for by Italians with their pocket change 100 and some years ago. That was theirs. They signed the contract with the Chicago Park District. Now they took both statues, right? So here's what they're negotiating. I'm very disappointed in this. Johnson wouldn't give them back to him. You know,
What?
so they just signed a contract that they can't put it in the city of Chicago except in Italian American Museum where it can't be seen. The other one they're supposed to destroy. They're supposed to destroy.
Who gonna pay you?
Who gonna pay you back?
Who gonna pay them? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like this, President Trump. I'm begging yo. When I say I don't beg nobody, I'm begging President Trump to come and bring the federal government. We need federal intervention. We need the IRS criminal division. We need DOJ, Department of Justice. We need the feds. We need an Operation Great Lord because these people that stole so much money. It just needs to be a stop. Like how they had us stopping for COVID. Everybody needs to be shut down. It needs to be a martial law just off of all the money that they done stole and disrespecting our cultures. The city of Chicago is full of culture. And the fact that you guys are getting rid of people's culture is a disrespect to Chicago. It's a disrespect to your ancestors, my ancestors. It's a disrespect to history. How are you doing? It's disrespect to our children to not be able to come here and look at that statue that's been there. Something has to be done.
Yeah.
Well, allow illegal aliens talking about they due process. When the judge already told them, okay, when they had their due process, the judge, okay, you gotta go, and then ICE come and lock them up, then they still want them to have more due process. What they gonna, come on. At some point, we gotta rise up, America. We gotta rise up and we gotta take it back. We're not asking no more. That's what I keep saying. We're not asking no more. At this point, it's mandatory. This is what we're going, like Joe said. When we get in office and take over back Chicago and Illinois and give it back to the people, its rightful owners, it's about to be everybody about to rise up. And Americans. It's going to be Americans first. Citizens first.
Man, we have to send a clear message. That's why we have to register to vote. We have to register as Republican in this city, in this state, because we need to send a clear message. Because the world is watching us, Terry. That, don't you ever play with Chicago ever again.
And let's check the precedents for all these other cities and say to know that, because our goal not stopping there. We want to make sure every city and state flip. Nobody playing with these people no more. It's over for them. It's over. When I made that video, when I said y'all gonna sit in that time out for at least 20 to 30 years and figure out what's wrong, and they not gonna figure it out because I can tell they not. So I'm adding 10 more years. You're gonna sit in that corner for 50 years and realize, don't you ever play with the American citizens again. All you politicians that work for us.
I got a question for you, ladies. Say if we are lucky enough to get Tom Holman to come to Chicago, how do you think?
Tom, look, we need you, Tom. Look, hey.
How do you think our community, all of our, because we're all Americans, would respond to him if he was able to come to Chicago and show support? Because we got all the lily white liberals that are being paid and stuff, acting like they're the big majority, the vocal majority. I think it's bullshit. But
I call them awfuls, affluent white female liberals.
You think?
I think that it will be. He will be very well received. I think that we need. Are you familiar with Jimmy Dore?
Oh yeah.
He did.
Right. So one of my friends, shout out to Charmaine. Charmaine took me to the Jimmy Dore show. It was at the Ramova Theater. And he had his podcast. He had some special guests there and stuff. I think that we need to bring Danielle, Tom Holman, your podcast together and make it an event because Tom Holman is a legend.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
He's a legend.
He's
And we have to respect our legends. Politics aside,
Yep.
he's a legend.
He's like our modern John Wayne.
Yeah.
So that is how we have to introduce Chicago to him. I had that with Dick Gregory because Dick Gregory is very heavy in politics. So when I brought Dick Gregory here again, and I didn't realize how his roots here. I did him at the Laugh Factory, and I did an evening with Dick Gregory. The line was out the door because they're heroes. These are American treasures. These are elders. These people make history. Tom Holman is going to be in history books. We have to bring Tom Holman here, because they're not teaching history in schools. So and that we have to teach history.
He's going to be welcome because Terry, it's a silent majority here.
Yes.
It's people who can't come out in Chicago because they're so vindictive and they will retaliate against you. Like if you have a business, and so they can't come out in the forefront, but they're saying I'm behind you. We have so many people who emails and said we're with you. We just can't tell us who to vote for. Mm-hmm. Tell us what to do, and we're going to show up at the voting booth. So it's so many people. It's just that we're in a deep blue city that they're scared. But once they see there's more of us than them, then they'll come out. But I think he would be very much because we on the ground. Like we on the ground listening and talking to the community and people, and they just like, man, bring them here. Not the people, the fake, not the politicians, but the real citizens. And I think if we had a venue for them to come to and be a part, they'll show up.
Danielle, are you saying that the caring, loving, accepting Democrats are scaring away some of the people to show their support for the?
Oh my God, Terry, we get discriminated against when we walk through the shirts on. Oh my God, they just but see, we don't care. We already sold out to the cause. We already sold out to change in Chicago, and it's going to happen to flip Chicago. So my business took I can't take any new clients at all.
That's good.
And my business have hurt. Because you gotta understand, I was training Black women who were Democrats. So it was all about we gonna vote for Kamala, and then when I said when I'm going against that, then it took a hurt. But I didn't care because to me this is way bigger than a business.
Yeah,
this is way bigger. We gotta save Chicago. We had to save the United States because if that lady would have gotten in, it was over for us. Just like if we don't get these people, if we don't flip Chicago red, it's over for us. So this is serious. So I'm totally sold out to this cause. So I don't really care. But yes, they retaliate against you. They give you tickets. You might have more tickets on your car. They might send their people, they goons to try to scare you and things. Oh definitely the people. Those are your real dictators. Those are your real gangsters.
I lost my job in February after 22 and a half years.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I had multiple HR investigations because all this crazy shit written about me. I worked for one of the biggest consulting firms in the world out of France. I gotta not be careful what I say here, but I lost my job after 22 and a half years. And then I told the HR person, they go, "Oh, it's not performance." I said, "Well, then is it my politics?" "Oh no, we love your politics." I went, "You fucking liar." We love your politics.
I'm out here the Brandon Johnson out here told that man on MSNBC that we need affordable housing. We don't need 50,000. We don't need 5,000 more police officers. We need affordable housing. Well, my unhoused ass have been asking this man to settle my case since 2023, and I'm sleeping on the floor. So I don't know what affordable housing he's talking about. I mean, for the illegals, I need affordable housing for the illegals, but Chicago citizens, no, and the hell no to Zoe. So at the end of the day, it's bigger than, like I said, I don't care. I sleep on the floor every day. I don't care about any of that because my goal is to destroy this machine.
Yeah.
And once I destroy this machine, I promise you, I will have one of the best canopy beds that has ever been offered in my life.
Sleep so good.
Sleep so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but I want to let you know, Terry, like I really respect you.
Yes.
You are
thank
a
you.
man.
Thank you.
You are a king. Your children should be very happy to have a father like you.
Thank you.
And I wish more men would step up. And I know there are, but they need to come out. But I thank you for being on the front lines. I thank you for not being afraid. And I thank you for being a leader, a hero,
Thank you.
and being a man.
Guys, I appreciate it. Yes, you know, one of the things that scared me when I got into this fight 4 years ago, I was never involved in politics. It was the porn, the transvestites, the drag queens in my kids' schools, and I went to show up. I blew up I got them over here, big blowjob posters from the boutique, and I couldn't get any dads to hold them up for me. So this goes to our fight that we're in right now. They were scared. They're scared about their jobs. They're scared. You know, I'm like, you know, so I'm sitting there thinking, you know how people say, oh, they come in America, we got our fucking AR-15s and we're gonna fuck them up. And you know, if I can't get a father to come and say to the school board, would you please keep pouring out of my kid's school? How are you gonna fight for our country?
Say that. Say that.
You know, it's like, how are you going to defend our country? They're not. We got people like us out there trying to create a voice and a momentum to recruit people into our war. And you know, we're in a war. People don't know we're in a war. We're losing the war, and you got to act like it's a fucking war, just like the Democrat scumbags are. You got to act like that.
Yeah.
And we need a wartime leader in Illinois like Trump. We've got feckless Republicans, feckless
That's it.
Republicans. The head of our Illinois GOP is useless. I'd rather be headless than we have an excuse for being incompetent. And until we find someone that's going to do what we do, but as leaders for the party to excite, motivate, and give them hope, we're going to be in this slush of shit forever. We're going to do our little things and keep trying to fill in the gaps, but we need leadership to jump in, just like, you know, the Save Illinois coalition, right? That, you know, I'm trying to get for the referendum in Chicago and in the state of Illinois. I can't get those fools to help me for nothing. They don't understand that could help the GOP reach over the aisle to people that were Democrats that are
That's it.
and build momentum to win a fucking election. Right.
Well, and that's
Stupid.
that's the thing too. Like right now, like it is starting to make an impact in some cities and some states. Look at South Florida. You flipped that's gone flipped from blue to red because of community outreach. Same thing, saying our values align. These Democrats have left you behind. They've let your cities get destroyed, get invaded, and they don't care. They make you promises every year that they're going to put your community first. They're going to clean up the crime. They're going to bring in affordable housing. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. But it never happens. And people are starting to realize it. And they're starting to realize that there's alternatives, that these lies about, you know, racism in the Republican Party and all this other nonsense, those are all going away because people are now looking with their eyes open for once that things have gotten so bad. But you're right, Terry. Like it's people don't get involved. The GOP doesn't get involved and take advantage of this momentum. It's all for nothing. So we got to move now.
Can you look at the last Slack I just sent you?
Yep.
And so this here is kind of symbolic to how crazy it is. So this is the school bus from Downers Grove High School. A bunch of lily white Karens sent their children to a field trip in Chicago. You got that, Mike?
I will in a second. I'm getting it loaded now.
Oh, so while we're killing time waiting for that, you know, they're talking about, oh, they're separating them from their families and their children, right? That bullshit. Well, you know what? You're talking about the Italian stuff. So 35 years ago, I got recruited I got one away to jail. I got recruited. I changed my life. I was young. I went,
He was a savage. I
Yeah,
know.
I
I was
got married at
savage.
a young age, and I, fell into that lifestyle. My oldest daughter from my first marriage, um, she was only 1 month old when I had to go to federal prison. And if I would have known that the Democrats and liberals, if I would have brought my 1 month old baby and said, "Hey, you can't separate me from her," that could be a good defense. I'm being
Mhm.
sarcastic, right? They don't give a shit when they separate us from our families.
But from America, right?
Too fucking bad. But then they try to demonize us for following the law because they have a child. That means that we're not supposed to. They don't have to follow our laws. It's
That's
bullshit.
right.
It's bullshit.
That's right.
While you got our kids, detached from for their parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if I go, that's my story. If I go commit a crime with my kid in the car or with me, guess what they're going to do as with my butt as an American citizen?
Yeah.
They're going to separate my kid from me. If I don't have family members, they're going to DCFS, and then they're going to lock my butt up. They're going to separate me and my child. And no, you're not going to hear a Democrat go protest. You're not going to hear them say anything about my butt getting locked up and my child going to DCFS. That's it. It's over. You broke the law. You knew better. You shouldn't have did it. That's it. That's all I'm going to get as an American citizen.
So, Mike, put up that Downers Grove South High School bus. These are liberal. I'm being sarcastic, you girls.
Just back from the field to the kind of bullet hole.
Right.
It's obviously it's a funny meme. So the same people in Downers Grove are over there anti-police, complaining about ICE, supporting Trent Largo, and they don't go in the damn city where all that shit's happening. We at Downers Grove had 20 burglaries in one night by a gang. 20 burglaries in little lily white suburban Downers Grove with there's no crime here. Then they had packages that were being stolen by Venezuelans off of when they're being delivered by Amazon. We had 120 Venezuelans arrested in 1 year at the Oak Brook Mall.
Yeah, at the Oak Brook Mall.
Oh,
and they kept letting them right back out because I saw what is the sheriff or what complaining, and he said we tired because they sent them to Chicago and they let them right. He said the next day they be right back there. The next day.
Yep.
Selling it on Michigan Avenue. All the posts.
They keep coming. He said we lock them up. They get sent back. They get sent to Chicago. The very next day they back in our mall. Still
doing the same shit. So, Mike, did you see that one? The video I sent you, which is Downers Grove, that was right above the school bus one. This is Downers
let me look.
Grove, where the leftists, liberals, except for that Che, the Cuban revolutionary, which is a joke. This is where you'll see. It's kind of similar to what happened to Ben, except that it was not as big a crowd in the community. And then the most rough part was shut off my phone on accident, so you didn't see the real confrontation.
I hate when that happens.
You gonna show that?
I hate when that. Or my
give me a second.
Died. But you gotta get us a cam. That's why we have that. We're getting ready to stop walking around with that body cam.
Yeah. That's what I got one. I got to figure out how to work it.
That's what we do. We're gonna figure it out like
it happened to me a few times.
I thought I had so much good footage when I was going off at the drag story time at the public library. That shit wasn't even on.
You're all like, I'm all right, good. It was worth the fight. I'm like, fuck. Like, oh no.
Wait.
Start another fight.
All right, we got this. I got this video queued up. Let's roll this.
I also have Ann Solomon petition here as well. Did I count on you to sign our petition? Yeah. All right, thanks everyone. It's showing the moral courage and the moral conviction that we need to win this victory. Este compañero enseña la valentía moral y la condición moral que necesitamos para enfrentar el demonio y vencerlo hasta la victoria. Hasta la victoria. Hasta la victoria, which means forward victory, we say siempre, which means always. Hasta la victoria. Hasta la victoria. Hasta la victoria. Hasta la victoria. Venceremos. Venceremos.
I'm pissed off watching it.
Adelante, adelante, que la lucha es.
This part's funny right here.
So do you guys support Trent Largo and the Venezuelan criminals that are here?
Get out of my face.
You know you're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
You guys support criminal labor?
We support the deportation of the criminals in one home.
Move along. Move along. Tell me what to do, you fucking cunt. Move along. So you're deluded. You're deluded. So you guys support the criminal Trinidad that's in the minority neighborhoods. Move along. How many of them got arrested in Oakland? How many?
That's
so
on the
bad.
camera. When the real
So
fun,
bad.
You know
the real
what
funny
I'm
stuff
loving
started
though?
after.
Barely having people coming out to their shit. Okay, people are not like people stay at home because that's what I'm not like. It's dying.
Yeah.
It's dying.
The paid ones they paid the paid protesters. Yeah, they have them. But or the ones that they fly to Chicago like the protests. But other than that, the people, the citizens of Chicago, we done. They so ready for a change.
Yeah, their property taxes up. They can't afford anything. They want to see what's next.
Budget season coming up. Look, Terry, you know we down. I believe it's more than $1 billion. You know we down. Budget season coming up. So the city council meetings are going to be. We want to see what you got because where you gonna get that money at? What from? How you gonna bridge that and fill that gap in? Because now he's gonna try, raising taxes. He's gonna try. So it's getting ready to get real serious. But
he gonna blame it on Trump. Though he gonna blame it on white supremacy. He gonna say the reason why we ain't got no money is white supremacy and Donald Trump.
But that midterms are coming up, and he's trying to get. So this is gonna be very interesting to see what he's going to do, how he's gonna get this money, and now you still trying to get reelected.
Yep, and you know what? You brought up the midterms. If these GOP idiots would get off their asses, understand that petition to remove Chicago from spending any tax dollars on illegal immigrants would be a warning message where you have people from the community go into their aldermen or whoever's running or senators and you don't want to sign. Wait a minute, you say you support the Venezuelans over us?
Exactly.
Talking point. Even if we don't get on the ballot because they're so corrupt, it would be a weaponized tool to call out these leftists that are supporting them over us.
That's it. See, Terry, I don't understand. But now we see why since 1931 Democrats have ran Chicago. Because my thing is this: anytime you see this momentum in Chicago, where it never has been, and you have a chance to take the number one base that the Democratic Party has is the black voters. Mm-hmm. You have a chance to infiltrate that, to make sure they never get back in office on these local levels. And for you not to come in and take advantage of that, and we have to be the ones to say, like I said, and we're getting ready to do this, Terry, like I said, it's no way. If I'm over the GOP, if I'm a Republican Party or whatever, every time, because this is the most we ever seen Pritzker in Chicago. We haven't seen Tim since he's been elected. Every time they call for a press conference in Chicago, it's no way that the Republicans shouldn't be right behind him with citizens, letting them tell their story, not politics. Every time you do a press conference here, the next day or a day later, I'll be the GOP. I have my press conference, and this time we'll say no. We're gonna let the citizens tell their story. Politicians, we are not listening to you. Let's listen to the citizens and the residents, and let the residents have a voice. And every time I'll make sure they have a voice. Because guess what? If you keep doing that, they'll stop having all these press conferences when you telling when the residents telling the truth. But I don't understand how that's not common sense to anybody to even want to do.
Because people don't want to break the system.
No,
they don't want to break it. If you ever have a friend or been associated with somebody that always complain, even though you give them whatever to make it right, give you the suggestion to make it, and they still, no, that's how they are. They don't want the change. And speaking of press conference, we have one on Thursday. Are you going to be there, Mr. Newsom?
Yes. Why don't you tell everyone where it's going to be at?
We're gonna have it right where Pritzker almost drowned when he was going in that on the water taxi. Yes, we want to show up. We want to show out everywhere we go. Okay, we'll have my music. I'll be doing the music, right? So yes, we're gonna have it at 444 Westlake. But yeah, we're doing it right where they did it. Where they had all them fake people. We had Lieutenant Governor Stratton, his good African American, and Father No Good Flager. You understand? And they had Kwame Raoul, who we never see. And then the rest of it, and then you had that. They got a new pastor girl. You see her now, the one who said, "And now show me the Epstein file." Girl, shut your dumb ass up.
Are you girl? Whether you the ass when Biden was there, then nobody cared about the Epstein when Biden was in office. Now, girl, if you don't get how much money, President Trump, audit her and see how much money she got for the crime prevention money. Get a forensic audit on her, because I'm sure she got some of that church got some of that crime prevention money that they never helped.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Wow. Yeah, audit her. The crooked clergy. Yeah, the crooked clergy. We're gonna have all so where they were standing, where he threatened. Where Pritzker threatened all Trump supporters, that's where we're having a press conference at on Thursday.
No, that's perfect.
What time it's gonna be? What time we gonna get there at? Isn't it? Is it gonna be 11? But we gonna get there at 10. Yeah. Early up.
So so we're inviting. But Mr. Newsom, I requested you to be there.
Okay. We'll get it shared out on X American News too. That'll go out to about 180,000 people. So give me that link. We'll get it out.
Presidents that want to come stand, listen, y'all. And you know what, y'all gotta put this out here. Listen, or anyone who can't come. If you can't come, wear something red. I like to wear my red lipstick. All the women wear the red lipstick, wear the hats, or wear red shirts that day. So if you can't, in solidarity with us, if you can't come, please just wear a red hat, red shirt, red lipstick for my beautiful ladies, and just post a picture and say we stand with you all.
Live stream. You cannot make it live stream, or make sure you get the clips because it will be live stream. Make sure that you support it. And just honestly, we want better. We want a better. What he says, a better, safer, stronger Chicago. Yes, we do, but not on Brandon Johnson's terms. Brandon Johnson needs to be locked up in jail. President Trump, we need you to bring everybody, the military, the IRS criminal division, the DOJ. The feds, the UFO, the US, everybody,
the aliens, all the spaceships,
everybody, because we honestly need it. We have no leadership here. We are under attack. We are, like I said, we're prisoners in this own city, and these people do not speak for us.
That's why I called my show Behind Enemy Lines. It represents us. See who that is? That's Abraham Lincoln with an AR-15.
Yes, that's right, Terry. That's right.
Shout out to Abraham.
I mean, it's time for all of us to come together as Americans and step up and save our cities. Get away from these corrupt politicians and take it back from these invaders. If we don't stand now.
And don't feel bad. And I want people to understand, don't feel bad about it. That's the thing that really hurts my heart is when, especially white people. I'm going to talk to you white people real quick. White people.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't feel bad about your opinions. You know your heart. You know that you're not racist. You know that this doesn't make any sense. And you should not have to be you shouldn't have to deal with anything like this. You know your privilege, just like I know my privilege. Everybody who's an American should know their privilege. Do not feel bad about critiquing the shit that don't make no fucking sense. We in 2025, not in 1886, not in 1887. The shit don't make no sense, white people, and we need you to rise up because it don't make no sense. And it's a case by case study because yes, there's racism here. Yes, but also black gatekeeping is here, and that's why the fuck black people are down here because of people like Brandon Johnson, Maxine Waters,
Al
Jesse
Sharpton.
Jackson, Al Sharpton,
D.L. Hughley.
D.L. Hughley. So the only person that's answering us right now and hearing us is President Donald Trump. The very same man that y'all hate, but the very same man when he was a Democrat, all the blacks love.
Bring them to the weddings. Oh, embrace
Yeah,
them.
we used to. Yeah, I told you, Operation Push back in the 80s. My mother used to volunteer there, right? Jesse Jackson. Oh, they love. I told you, the whole black neighborhood. I knew Trump. I loved. I was a little girl. He was the great white hope in our community. Everybody knew he was the one.
Yeah.
Oh, he helped. He was a billionaire who helped everybody, who helped us. So now all of a sudden, I supposed to believe that he's racist because you told me to. Fake news. Okay, get out of here.
Yeah, you know what's funny is the Democrats, right? That they're such evil scumbags, man. So like, so slavery. Who was fighting for slavery? The Democrats fought for slavery, right?
Yeah.
Who started the KKK? The Democrats started the KKK.
Yeah, it was the terrorist wing of the Democrat Party, the first one.
Who got pissed off that they lost the war? Then they tried to do a little reverse job and started Jim Crow and all that bullshit. The Democrats.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is they're still doing it now, and they're doing it. And they're doing it, and they think they got it so well because it's us against us.
Yeah,
I mean, if any white person or anybody that's non-black speaks on it, know your place. You're racist.
Yeah, that's
when y'all are the real ones that are racist because you're continuing to let it happen.
Yeah, they the real ones. That's why I said so. Like she said, listen, our white sisters and brothers. Speak up. We are behind you. When you say something, I want y'all to say, when y'all say something, say, ain't that right? Zoe and Danny, Chicago Police, we're going to be like,
yeah.
Exactly.
And I need Italians. I need y'all Al Capone energy.
Yep.
Okay, I need y'all to put the suits back on.
Exactly.
I need y'all. I'm from New York, so I know about Gotti and all that. I need y'all to rise up. I need y'all to come out of retirement. I know a lot of y'all ran to Florida.
Yeah.
Come back. I need some chicken.
Yeah.
I need some chicken cacciatore. That's my favorite Italian. You never make chicken cacciatore no more. And I need y'all to rise up. And I will tell you, I need y'all are kings. And y'all have been standing with us. Dave Dewar, Terry Newton. Y'all really have set the tone. And I appreciate that. I told someone the other day, I feel safe when I know Terry's around. I feel safe when I know David is around. I feel safe when and I tell people I'm a suburb kid, and I really was. My mentor, my coach growing up, his name was Gregory Mora. He was Italian. He was my dentist also. So I know that there are great white people around that made sure that me and my family, my mother was taken care of growing up because my mother was trying to do exactly what she's doing now and couldn't get the help of her own people. And we're not going to continue this cycle.
So we all need to come together as Americans, put all our differences aside. There's a lot more that unites us than pushes apart. And we need to start admitting some things too, like this soft on crime policy. It destroys the inner city. Who does that affect most? It affects the blacks and Hispanics and everybody else that live in that area. You're not doing anybody any favors when you catch criminals and you release them right back into the community to just have more victims. We've got to end a lot of this stuff, and we got to get past it. We got to start looking at policy that actually works, that makes us a better, stronger Americans together. And stop this division. Stop listening to these people on the left that are just trying to pit us against each other. And we need to move forward together, put our differences aside, focus on what unites us, and it'll make us all stronger.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we need and I will say this for the Chicago GOP, Illinois GOP, we have to move as a unit. If you really care about this Chicago and you in Illinois, we need to make sure that this comes back to the people. You believe in that U.S. Constitution. You believe in that Declaration of Independence. You believe in that Bill of Rights. We, the people, we have to move as a unit. Like you're right, Michael. There's going to be some times we disagree. We're not perfect. You understand? But we're family. And that is my main thing when it comes to this. I'm a very family-oriented person. And I'm a forgiving person, but I'm also not going to tolerate BS if they're trying to infiltrate some BS.
Yes.
But we're not going to. We all don't know anything. I'm a student. I'm still a student. You understand? Danielle's still a student. We don't know everything, but we know it's not making sense. We have
gotta change. We know we gotta
Yeah.
change it. And I just want to say too, this is a fight, and I always want to make sure I put this out here that this is a fight between good and evil. This is no longer. This is not
Absolutely.
about. This is good and evil, y'all. This is good. This is evil trying to gain more ground and take the light out the world. This is what it is. So it can be all evil, lawlessness. You see what they're doing to our kids, dumbing down our kids, chaos. This is orchestrated. And we know that God is a God of order. And we know when we see chaos and destruction, that's not of God. So we definitely, for all you Christians out there, I keep saying, for all you Christians out there who align yourself with the Democratic Party, look at policies. If you align yourself with those policies, you're going to have to answer for those things that you did because you should have known better. When you know better, you can do better. So look at policies. So that's all I want to say far as with that good and evil. We got to put God first in our life, and we got to make sure that we have some type of, we answer to somebody more than us, ourselves, or more than man. We have to have something that we answer to. Mine is Christ, Jesus Christ, head of my life. And I know it's nothing that you can offer me on this earth to make me sell my soul to anything. So that's who I answer to. So we got to find we got to find it. Because this is between good and evil. And if we put God first, y'all, we're going to take this. Because, Jerry, what you were saying people won't stand up. It's us. Because when you were born, when Zoe was born, when I was born, God knew us. He knew who we were. And if you notice, Terry, he didn't take who we were. I'm that girl from the south side of Chicago who fought, who know how to fight. I don't play those games. I had to defend myself. He never took that from me. He just channeled it in this direction to fight evil. Zoe still who she is. He don't take who we are. He actually used that. And he channeled it towards the fight because I'm going to just be honest. This democratic machine, this is a different kind of beast. These demons are different. And so you can't be soft with these demons. Now, somebody else can take on, I don't know, another city and be soft on it. But this democratic demon machine in Chicago, God had to get the ones from the streets and say, I'm going to take care of this. We had to come. So we might not look like your average people that you saying, oh, they act this way or they this way. That's a certain way or this and that. That's because those people could never get this done because that ain't what this is. And you have to take who God said, I know you. I know who I made to challenge this. So what you see is what you get, but God is using that to take down this evil machine. And you have to do it because it's a different kind of beast in Chicago. These people are
It's the most corrupt city on the planet. It's the most, they take pride in that.
Danielle, you took the words out of my mouth, and I say this all the time. Even my 86-year-old hugely Democratic mom that's Trumper now, is that, when I got in trouble, the shit I did, the stuff I did in the 20s, like, it's like a whole movie. I'm lucky I'm alive. I'm not in prison for life and stuff. And I haven't gotten in trouble in 35 years, but I feel that, and I'm not highly spiritual, but I feel as I reflect back on my life, exactly what you said, Daniel, is that I was put through that stuff that I did to make me who I am, to do what we're doing right now, because it's given me the courage to go out and confront people by myself at 64 years old, 2 cancers. I don't give a fuck. I'm fighting for our country. And I really believe it gave me the courage. I don't know if it's a stupid or fearless or what I've went through so much, in my early 20s and mid 20s and stuff that, that was really scary. I'm looking at it killed. And so now it's like, I'm doing something for I'm redeeming myself for what I did in the 80s. You know, it's like so I agree with everything you said. I say the same thing.
God used that for His glory, but it'll be in a way to fight evil, and that's what we're doing. And He don't.
Yeah.
And I love that because every experience we had growing up, Terry, is for this time.
Yeah.
That's why I keep saying He saved us for such a time as this, because now everything, the experience that we had in life, that groomed us to be who we are right now. And He don't take the boldness you have. You probably was bold in the streets. You probably did things in the street that you didn't have. You know, it was when He changed that. He keep that, but He just used it for His glory. And that's what I just thank Him. People say, Danny, you know, I got some people who always want to say, the way you talk, she don't talk right. She don't talk like this. And Jerry, I didn't choose this.
Yeah.
This chose me. And who I am is who I'm going to be.
Yep,
And whatever
exactly.
you see is what you're going to get.
Yep.
And because I don't, and I have to be this way. When I called Brandon Johnson, look, Negro, when I say come to arrest this Negro, he didn't take that who I was, because I would have said that to anybody.
Yep.
You know, I wasn't trying to be politically correct to say these things. It's what it had to be. You want to race bait every single time.
Yeah.
Now race bait me. I'm black. Tell me I'm racist. Tell me for calling you a Negro, because I didn't call you the hard word that I couldn't. But do that to me. So God used who we are, and He just, you know, do it for the right things.
Yes.
That's what you're seeing with us. So I'm not apologizing for any. Who I am is who I am, and I don't apologize for it, because, you know, it had to be this for a reason.
Yep. So why don't you give a closing statement, bring up Thursday again, and then Mike, before before we sign off, let's bring up that Downers Grove thing, because I want people to see that too after they're done. So we'll close the statement, ladies.
All right, so you're gonna tell what about the press conference.
Oh yeah. So just it will be you know what? I'll make sure that I think it's 11, but I want to make sure.
She want to make sure. So
Yeah.
we're gonna Thursday, guys. We're gonna have a press conference, and everybody is welcome to come if you just want to stand with us. She's gonna get the exact time, but if you can't make it, we'll be streaming it. And please wear your red hats, wear something red to just show that you are standing with us and you are with us. She's going to get the exact
So it's
address.
September 9th.
It's Thursday at 11
It's
o'clock.
Thursday, September 9th. So it's Chicago Fist Red. This is our first press conference. That's like, we really like, So anyway, Chicago demands safety and security. It's 11 a.m., 444 West Lake Street. It's in front of River Point. And it's hosted by us. Miss Jessica Jackson will be there as well. Terry Newsom. We have Rashawn.
I remember Jessica Jackson. We had her on before.
Huh?
I remember Jessica Jackson. We had her on here about 2 months ago.
Yeah. 11 a.m. So it's 11 a.m.
And we have a lot of other supporters. Miss Debbie, you know, Miss Sweeney. So a lot of people that will be out there. Brian Drew. Basically, like I say, it's not even a red or blue issue. It's a public safety issue, and we're dealing with genocides right in our community, and they want to use the word genocide when it comes to Palestine, when it comes to Ukraine and Russia, and you know. But when it comes to us, it's just us killing each other. Now it's a genocide.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? I hit Mike. I don't know if I sent that to you. My friend Jack Lombardi sent me this graph that he made. So from 2021 to 2025, during our wartime, right? You did the killed in action by our soldiers during wartime in the city of Chicago murders.
Yeah, I've seen this before. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
We had in the city of Chicago, there was only 4 times where the military in war had more killed in actions than the city of Chicago.
That's insane.
4 times.
That's crazy.
The rest of the time in the city of Chicago, more people were murdered than during wartime.
That's crazy. That's why they named this Chirac, because Yeah, yeah. Because it was more killing,
We
more
need to
murders than
number.
the
Yeah,
Iraqi war. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
absolutely.
25 years, 4 times.
Yeah.
Only 4 times the military had more killed in actions than we have people killed over
Yeah,
that. That's
That's
embarrassing.
that's crazy.
insane.
It's really embarrassing. And you know, it's more
Yeah.
embarrassing to have a governor and a mayor sit with a whole bunch of media talking to the world because the world is watching to say
Yeah.
that we do not need help, and there's not a crime problem.
When everybody, like you just said, those numbers, like everybody know these numbers.
Yep.
Everybody know this, and for them to say it's not a issue and don't come and we don't need you, crime is down. All that's. Listen, Terry, I keep saying if 58 people died, but now let's just say this week 54 people died.
Yes.
That don't matter. Crime is not, and then you want to say
Yes.
crime is down. Why? Because it's 4 more less people. Still 50. It's still high.
Yeah.
Oh
yes.
yeah. I mean, these crime statistics are freaking embarrassing. The fact, like, Washington D.C., you're worse off there than you are in freaking Bogota, Colombia. It's insane.
Right.
Yeah, you're safer in Baghdad, Iraq than you are in Chicago. How is that possible? And how is it that people accept this? And not only even worse than that, you got Pritzker and the rest of these people arguing that somehow it's a good thing. Are you freaking nuts? Yeah, we shouldn't be accepting any of this.
Yeah. Hey, so ladies, if we keep barking to get Tom Holman here, I promise I will buy him one of those big John Wayne hats, those white hats.
Yes.
Cowboy hats.
Please.
Please.
Let's
Yeah,
let's
you
make
know what?
this
Yeah,
happen. Let's try to get
all hands
Tom.
on
We
the
gotta get
he's
Tom
welcome,
Holman.
and we're going to bring him here. And I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Chicago is a conservative city now.
We're speaking it to existence.
Yeah.
Just like we flipping it. That's why just like it's going to be flip red at election time, and it's going to be Republican. So look, that's what we're saying, and it's going to happen. And we are speaking that Tom Holman will be here. So Tom, we can't wait to see you in Chicago.
We cannot wait to see. We love you, hero.
Yeah.
I love you, Uncle Tom. And goddamn Donald Trump. I need y'all here.
Zoe was a comedian, everyone. I didn't know that. So here's our last thing I just want to show before we sign off here. So tomorrow, these radical Marxist, lily white scumbags from Downers Grove are hosting where the people are coming to our city, the ICE guys, to save our city, are staying in the hotel at the Hampton Inn, right off of Finley, Downers Grove, south of 88. And they're over there trying to intimidate the ICE officers. So I'm going to go there. I went by myself. I would love to have some people join me tomorrow so that if anything gets a little rowdy, it won't be like 1 against 20.
Yeah, I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
Man. At this point, enough is enough. Yeah, I am, because who paid for them to be on the hot end?
Yeah.
Somebody's. So we're paying with our.
Yeah, I'm tired. Like back in the day, right? And I come from a small town. I come from Albany, New York. So that's why I know this homeless thing is a racket, because back in the day when people really needed, families and stuff really needed Hampton Inns, the Holiday Inns and stuff like that, the city would pay for it. The city would pay for it for families who are waiting for their vouchers, waiting for Catholic Charities to have an apartment open. These are like they have taken it. They basically left the families, American citizen families, over here to die. And here comes the new replacement, because it's a voting thing. Y'all don't care, and that's why we have to register to vote, y'all, because we're dealing with the Democratic Party, who have turned this into a money grab for people who are anti-American, but also taking advantage of them.
Yeah. So just because I maybe I wasn't clear on that flyer. That flyer was made by the Marxist leftists in the Hampton Inn. Those are ICE agents that came to Chicago to help us.
Right.
So Hampton Inn and Downers Grove is full of guys that come from around the country to help support our guys in Chicago to help supplement the staff to get rid of these criminal Venezuelans. And we got lily white suburban bitch Karens out there trying to intimidate and harass them for trying to make our city safer when they're not impacted by it.
Right.
Yeah.
And those right there, that is white supremacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're white
Yeah.
supremacy. They're racist. Those
Yep.
white women, those liberals that Malcolm X warned us about in the 60s, those are them. They are mad because they need their new bank of oppression because black people, the black people are waking up and saying, hell nah, it makes sense. Yeah, I think we need to go over to the red side. So they need a new bank of oppression. So new bank of oppression is the illegals that came over here. So those are that's white supremacy. That is that's racist.
Exactly.
Party of slaves.
The party of slaves. That's your look. They coming to the forefront. The mask is on.
The mask is
That's your
on.
party of slaves.
They're going to go back to their little enclave behind their walls where they're not affected by any of the policy they're pushing for.
Right.
Then they're going to sip their martinis and stare down their noses at all of us. And that's exactly what they do. They're protected where they live, and they don't care about the consequences of their actions. But this is the fad. It's their white guilt. It's whatever you want to call it. But they end up just harming all these communities and harming all of us. I want to
Leslie Sadowski Fugit. She's a Downers Grove chairman or whatever, councilwoman. She's there. Radical leftist. Leslie Sadowski Fugit. You guys remember that? This Marxist. She's elected, and she's out there supporting that Che Cuban revolutionary guy in our community when we're trying to make it safe. So she's a Democrat. She's not worried about safety. She wants
Leslie Sadowski. Leslie Sadowski, I'm on your ass.
sounds like the name of a serial killer.
So that's tomorrow. So
Thank you.
I'm there. Please, Terry, send that to me. Yes, I got nothing to do tomorrow. I would love to go. I would love to be there with my Chicago Foods Red.
Yeah.
Well, Danielle, Zoe, I want to thank you both for joining us tonight. Wonderful program. And again, our audience, if you guys aren't following both of them, you need to. The audience, thank you for joining us tonight. Please like, share, and subscribe. Help us to grow so we can bring more people the news the mainstream media doesn't want you to hear. We'll be back again on Thursday.